Today my guest is Dani Diaz. Dani, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
What do you do?
I am a developer evangelist with Microsoft out of the Philadelphia area.
That's a great job.
Yep, it's an awesome job.
And you're focused on mobility mostly.
Yeah, so I focus on client technologies, but I've even way before Microsoft, I had a very strong interest in mobile solutions.
Let's talk about the mobile space right now in Microsoft. There's a lot of activity the last, 18 months or so. Not even that. 12 months, really. Since Windows Phone 7.
It's actually probably about 18 months because it was mixed. It was pre-mix of 2010 when we started like really opening up the doors. About 13 months.
Yeah, so I think mobile is kind of a funny space for Microsoft. They got into it pretty early. The earlier versions of .NET had a mobile piece to them, but it didn't really catch on. I mean, they tried to make it an enterprise one, and I almost said it wouldn't catch on. People were buying it, but I think the iPhone showed the potential of that market, and changed Microsoft. I think Microsoft reacted to that.
Yeah, I think we had a great that is the first statement, and I think we had a great mobile framework. We had a great mobile developer tools. I mean, it was so easy to go in and use the compact framework to develop pretty solid enterprise ready mobile solution that can run in both rugged devices, and it can run in consumer devices, and it can run in factory embedded stuff. So it was a very strong platform, and it still is.
Yeah, I don't think the platform was the problem. I think it was more getting that message out.
The problem was that the industry, when the iPhone came out, the enterprise used to be, hey, here's X corporation, we're going to issue a phone, and this is the phone that you're going to get, and we're going to pay for it, and we're going to pay your bill. That market kind of shifted where now corporations are going, okay, we're going to offer you a phone, but we're just going to reimburse you for monthly, $50, $75. You go buy your phone. Mm-hmm. So people were buying the coolest thing around, which was...
So that decision has shifted from the corporate suits down to the
consumer. To the consumer. So they don't care, is this a cool framework to build? They don't care, can I manage this by my IT department and manage the images and be able to wipe it remotely? They don't care about that. They just want the coolest thing around. Okay. And they can buy apps and, so the iPhone just kind of took off. So after you say, okay, we got to shift. We're going to focus, our new phone is going to be focused on consumer. And the enterprise will come. And if you look at the phone, every single decision in Windows Phone today is really based around the consumer. And it's an awesome consumer device. I mean, it's easy to use. All the features are there. Not letting go of what we're really known for, which is an awesome developer platform. And I think we are to capture both.
Yeah, and I have a Windows Phone. I really like it a lot. It's probably the best phone I've ever had. And I love the screen.
Yeah. Just brings happiness to my face when I hear that. We have a lot. I have a lot invested from an emotional sense because I was waiting for a platform like this for a while from Microsoft. I knew we had the talent in house. I know we had the dedication for it. And one thing to know about Microsoft is when we get in a business to compete, we compete. And think about the Xbox, right? We went into a market that was dominated by Sony, Sega, and Nintendo, three big players.
Sure. And
we came in and we just humbly started innovating, and today the Xbox is, I think it's been the number one platform in the last 18 months, if I'm not mistaken, for the anyway, it's been
this is time again. I saw that with the web browser. Netscape used to be synonymous with web browsers, and now they're a shadow of their former self.
Exactly.
Since Microsoft entered that space. Novell was a huge. They just owned the network operating system on the PCs.
I think even SQL Server, right? I mean, now SQL Server is extremely powerful platform, cost efficient, that competes with any other database out there. Yep. So we know how to compete.
All right. So you're it's no secret Microsoft is going full force in this mobile space.
Yep.
What's coming up? We had a big announcement a couple days ago.
Yeah. So we just announced the availability of Mango, which is basically the new version of Windows Phone, which will be available to consumers in the fall. But developers who are registered with the Microsoft Developer Program now have access to the early bits, to Beta 2 of Mango. So if you're a developer and you want to start building applications to take advantage of Mango, which not only has a lot of developer new technology capabilities like multitasking, a whole bunch of things from the developer side point of view. There's also hundreds of features from consumers. So it's just like a way more polished product. If we thought that Windows Phone was awesome today, it just takes it to the next level.
Give me an example of some of the.
There was a feature, for
features.
instance, which is awesome. So today you can take your phone. I don't have my Mango phone with me. It's actually on my bag. But today I can take my phone out and say, hold the home button and say, call wife.
Okay.
And then without the wife. I can say text wife, and it will text the wife.
So this is the voice recognition.
Yeah, and that's available now. But now what I can do with Mango, I can say text, Andrew, and then hit a, listen button and literally say, hey, Andrew, I'm running late. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And it will translate that or will convert that to text, and I will just send a text. So if I'm driving, if I'm, in a hurry and I don't want to type it, I can just do that. That's one of the features. There's an awesome... the search feature was enhanced. It's a lot faster. It's a lot polished all around.
Search feature. I saw this yesterday. It's kind of more localized.
It's localized.
So
yeah.
I'm not at my house right now. I'm in Hampton, Virginia, here at Mad Expo, and I saw the demo yesterday where it'll show me what's available near me right now and the star ratings for the restaurants nearby, that sort of thing.
Exactly. So there's about 500 features, over 500 features that were added to Mango, which is, if you think about it, right, to have a release about a year right after we released the first version, and the release is so strong in Mango, I think that's a pretty good sign for the dedication that Microsoft has to the platform.
Is this going to be a whole new OS, or is this sort of a set of tools on top of the existing OS?
It's basically a new OS. It's a new version of the OS plus tools. The tools just got amazingly nice. So one of the hard things to develop for mobile applications is that you need a device. You need a device to develop because there's certain things that you just can mimic. Say a accelerometer, right? How do you mimic accelerometer support on a computer if you're not going to take your computer and start shaking it around?
Right.
GPS coordinates is another thing, and that was improved big time on the new tools where you can literally go in to the emulator and say, well, mimic my GPS, and you can click on the map, and it will send that signal to the phone, to the emulator.
Okay.
So you can do a lot more now without having the physical phone.
What about the integration with other products like cloud services?
That's a great question. I have an app actually. So this is a shameless plug for my El Cheapo app, which is a gas prices app.
Okay.
I get the API from a company, and the first version I just went straight up to their onto their APIs, which was fine. This is not something I don't sell or anything like that. It was more of an experiment for me to learn the platform. And literally the next day, when the application got approved, they decided to change the API format, which on a mobile application kind of sucks because now you have to change your code, submit it for approval, and then 3 days later it's going to hit the marketplace. And you still have to hope that people will update the application. By using a middle layer in Azure, for instance, I can very simply build a web service that basically just talks to that API, and that way I can control the message format for my application. So if I need to change the message, I just change it once on my middle layer. And going with Azure, for instance, as a .NET developer, I don't have to learn anything new. Right, so there's a whole bunch of other cloud companies out there, but with Azure, I can literally just write a ASP.NET website. I can write WCF and publish that. It's really easy for .NET developers. It's just basically a natural migration.
Right, it's more evolutionary rather than revolutionary. It's from website development to Azure web role development.
Exactly. So I have that hooked up with, and it was actually quite cool and quite easy to do it.
One of the things that happened between Windows Mobile 6 and Windows Phone 7 is it became more of a consumer device. Some of the enterprise features actually sort of disappeared. Some of the security features, like the remote desktop, disappeared. Is that are there plans to move that back into the operating system that you know of?
Yeah, I think our focus is definitely consumer, and we will always evaluate different features as they become available or folks demand it. For instance, one of the things that they were demanding was the enterprise level app store. and we really didn't have, meaning that if I am Bank of America or if I'm Chase or whatever, Home Depot, and I want to release an app only for my employees, I just wanted them to see it. And it was a mix. I believe that we said no, and then a mix. I was okay. We might look into this, now because the customers are asking for it. So we will always respond to customer demands.
Okay. Does the tablet device fit into this at all? Well, is it related to the mobile or is it closer to the PC?
That's a good question, and I really the only information that I have is based on the stuff that we did back at Old Digital the conference a couple weeks ago.
I wasn't there.
It's on the web now, so you can go and get the videos. But so the strategy there with Windows 8 that we show there, which is basically Windows 8 having this awesome touch interface, but also the ability to go back to old classic Windows, desktop kind of paradigm. So the idea is that you will be able to run it on a tablet device or in a full desktop or on a laptop, and be able to get the best of both worlds. Right. So I guess it is a mobile strategy because even laptops are is a mobile strategy.
Okay.
But I think the beauty of it is that we've always been known for being a great tools company, and I think that's not going to change now.
Okay, I've got one last question, which is kind of a broad one.
Yeah.
How does HTML5 fit into the mobile development space today and in the future?
That's an also question. I have a lot of interest on mobile solutions, and the more and more I look into it, native applications are not going away, right? There's just no way that you can replace the feel. See, if you have an iPhone and an Android and a Windows Phone side by side, they'll all have different unique quirks about them and the way they work and the metaphor. So you really can't create an app that just works across the same way for every single device. So native apps will always be there. However, there are certain times that you just want to have reach. Let's say I want to have a pretty nice magazine reader, maybe an RSS reader for my website. I want to be able to just provide a very decent website that is able to show information both in a 30-screen monitor, a 12-inch 30-inch screen, 20-inch screen, or a 2-inch screen. And HTML5 allows me to create code and use some of the techniques to detect my viewports, to detect the size, to detect the capabilities, and be able to provide with information with one application. So that's to me the power of HTML5 and why I think that mobile developers should really be looking into this right now.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Just if you are a developer today, one of the things that I always hear developers say is, you know what, I love to touch, .NET 5, let's say, but my company's stuck in .NET 2. And I love, and it kind of,
I see that a lot.
It kind of sucks, right? Because, you want to work on the latest thing. If you care about your career, you want to keep growing, keep learning. But it's kind of hard to get motivated when you don't have anything cool to work on. With Windows Phone, you can register for a developer account, and you can start creating applications and just kind of little fun games and things like that. And there could be some potential income that you can get. I'm not saying you're going to be rich, but you can probably get a couple $100 a month here and there if you do it right. I mean, there are people making thousands of dollars a month with games. So it's a great way to, keep up with the latest technologies coming out at your own time. Kind of make a little business of it.
Tool.
Yeah, I actually. The minute I joined Microsoft, I don't ship commercial code anymore because I'm an evangelist, so I don't get to work on real projects. And this is the first time that I actually feel that I'm a software engineer again, because I have 2 applications in the marketplace. I have to update them. I have to get customer feedback. I have to I have source control. I have to have my own processes to maintain it, to do it the right way, and it's kind of cool,
Very cool.
So get into phone development now. It's awesome. It's simple to do, and it can be rewarding too.
Dani, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah. that I love about being a DE, and just is that I get to come to great events, either community or conferences, and just hang out with friends and just talk about technologies. So it's also a way to mix my friends and in technology all together in one.